When life throws you curveballs, swing for a home run. Have you ever doubted yourself? Have you ever felt surrounded and engulfed with darkness and negativity? Have you ever felt that there was something, just one thing, that you wanted to achieve and you couldn't? Here is my story from darkness to light. My journey to becoming my own lighthouse. I was raised by a single parent and lived through domestic violence for the most part of my childhood. We were considered poor, of zero status, not only by our family and friends, but also our community. My first set of curveballs were rough, and I had no bat to help me swing, let alone the confidence to swing a home run. I was always blindsided. Where was the light in my life? What was light? Where could it be found? I was always lost in the darkness of times. I didn't understand myself, nor did I understand my surroundings. I was drowning. During my school days, I saw a tad bit of glimmer of light. It was neighboring my sense of being. Surprisingly, it was through my mother's strength and courage. With sheer guts and determination, my mother battled and eventually succeeded in getting me an admission into one of the top EMI secondary schools in Hong Kong. Yet, as bright as the light of courage my mother was blessed with, I couldn't own it myself. It was there to guide me. It was there to light my path, but it wasn't mine. I was so unsettled that I dug my own canyon of failures and dragged myself 2 steps backward. To add salt to my wound, a teacher told my mom, "Your daughter, Karishma, has no future. She's been in the school for 3 years, and all she's done is failed. You've got 2 choices. She either repeats the year, or you take her out of the school and put her somewhere else, because there is no future for her." By then, I didn't even know if I had hit rock bottom, wallowing in the darkest depths of my ocean, or whether I was simply stuck, resisting the currents that would break me. And that was my big turning point. So how did I then begin building the foundation of this lighthouse? I took a deep breath, and I looked inside of myself, and all I saw was the agonizing pain and expression on my mother's face. And I just knew I couldn't add to that misery. I needed to do something. My mom was and is my rock. And I just couldn't bear to see her in pain and misery anymore. My turnaround didn't happen overnight. I had to constantly muster up every molecule of energy just to be able to fight the demons within. And fight I did. Brick by brick, I added, and I built my foundation of my own lighthouse. One of the simple tools I used was reflection and journaling. I also read avidly. I read books that would motivate me and help me dare to dream. I must give gratitude to those wise thinkers who helped me, wise thinkers like my spiritual guides, for bringing me along on this journey of inspiration and hope. People see me today as this glorious, hardworking woman with a top-notch job in an investment bank. Lots of awards, media coverage, glitz and glam. What they don't see is that fearful child who survived through all those trials and tribulations and persevered through the sleepless nights and tear-stained pillows. To move from brokenness to wholeness, I realized I had to face my challenges and embrace opportunities. So I made myself available to opportunities like this. It is these small steps, like tiny particles of a wave, that made me shine and be my own lighthouse through the storms of my life. Kristen Rogers said it so beautifully. I've died 1,000 deaths, each time reinventing myself brighter, stronger, and purer than before. From the midst of destruction, I became the creator of my life. From the midst of darkness, I became my own source of light. Remember I said, as bright as the light of courage my mother was blessed with, I couldn't own it for myself. As much as I received all this external love and comfort, there was still a lot of darkness and a lot of negativity surrounding me. And believe me, this is not a place you want to anchor in. There is a part in each one of us that is looking for the real you. And until you don't find that path and that authentic self, no matter how many lighthouses are shining around you, you will always find yourself lost in the darkness. I am grateful to have come across kintsugi, the Japanese art that really inspired me to understand how to rebuild myself. Let me explain what kintsugi art is. Kintsugi art is the process that puts broken pieces of pottery back together with gold, embracing flaws and imperfections, creating an even stronger and beautiful piece than before. Similarly, when I found myself breaking into pieces, I would anchor in that lighthouse that I built for myself. I would mend old and fresh wounds with my inner gold dust, which is self-care and love. It is my self-belief and courage that finally helped me get through the darkest moments of my life and find my lighthouse. Acknowledging this lighthouse within, I started engaging in community service. The projects I take up have made a great impact on the person I have become today. I identify with young adults who are clueless of what the future lies ahead of them. My experiences and empathy are the greatest tools I can share to uplift and help young adults. Through service, I not only share my experiences of rebirth, but also the process of building one's own lighthouse. To motivate and inspire, particularly the youth who experience life challenges. Henry George says, "Let no man imagine that he has no influence, whoever he may be, and wherever he may be. The man who thinks becomes a light and a power." So with that, I leave you all with one thing. Dare to dream against all odds. I once dared to dream that I would stand on a TEDx stage, and look where I am today. Wake up each day with an outlook that can take you from one step to the next, creating your authentic self, and become that lighthouse for yourself. Thank you.